Hello everyone, how is everyone doing? I'm super excited today to be talking about surviving summer with your kids. If you don't know who I am, I'm Lorraine with Lorraine Murray Fitness, and I am so happy to have you. So anyway, summer comes in 5 days for my family. Raylan has 5 days of school left, including today. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm terrified. This is the first year that Steve and I have had a child in school who goes to school all day long. Payson went to school 3 days a week, so she's been around. Raylan had gone to school 5 days a week last year, but it was only 3 hours a day, so I still had that routine of having two kids home. And yesterday, oh my goodness, yesterday was so horrible, and I sat there wondering how in the world I was ever going to make it through summer with two kids, because my kids fight like cats and dogs all day long. If this is any indication of what summer's going to be like, of what my weekends look like, I'm doomed. We're never surviving. Somebody's going to be missing by the end of the year, or the end of the summer. But anyway, I'm sitting here thinking, how am I going to do this? What do I need to do in our life to make summer doable? Because we can't do this yelling and screaming and fighting and just, constant battles with each other. I was like, I can't handle that all summer long. So, of course, what did I do? I went to Pinterest, because Pinterest is, of course, the place where I find all of my ideas. It's the life I wish I could have, but I don't. So anyway, I went to Pinterest and I started trying to figure out activities to do and things that I need to do to try to make my life better, to make the kids' lives better. And let's face it, I am a super unscheduled person. I mean, if you were to talk to anybody in my life, I never have a plan, really. I kind of just do what I want when I want. But my kids are so used to structure right now from school that I realize that if I do not add structure into our summer, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. So, first of all, I'm going to talk about this later, but I think the one important thing is finding friends that have kids that are willing to hang out with you and let their kids be insane with your kids, so the two of you can be together and the kids just run off and be crazy. That's I think my best advice for the summer is going to be. But I also don't want my kids watching TV all the time, because that's super easy for me now that I'm trying to work from home. I don't have a routine with that. I don't know how to be a good mom and work right now. It's still so fresh and new to me that I'm struggling. So what I end up doing is what a lot of people do. Put your kids in front of the TV so they can be quiet so you can get something done. But I don't want that to be our summer. So I did some Pinteresting, I did some talking to Steve, and we have come up with a plan. Now, this is just a plan. This is going to take experimentation and trial and error and adjusting as we go. But I'm just going to share with you what my plan is for structuring our day, and then we'll adjust as summer comes. Here comes one of my little minions right now. Hang on. Hi, Payson. Oh, okay. Never mind. She just has to use the potty. But anyway, before my kids watch TV, before they resort to going to the television, I wanted them to do things. I wanted them to, use their brains and use their minds and help me a little bit. My kids are old enough. They're 6.5 and 4.5. They can help me clean. They really, truly can. I just have to lay down the base work for that. So these are some things that I've come up with that my kids, and I'm gonna share with you some of this stuff, for my kids to do, for the way our day will look. And I'm going to have on my blog, I'm going to have this handy dandy printable. I can change the colors, guys, for boys. I have girls, so I didn't do that. But it's very easy for me to change the colors. But this is going to be available. And this is what I did is I printed it out. I created it, I printed it out, and then I laminated it so that my kids can use a dry erase marker. And they have a checklist. That means I don't have to be up their butt all the time telling them what to do, because that's what drives me the most insane. So the first thing I want the kids to do is I want them to make their bed. I am not a bed maker. It's not something that I'm used to doing, but I really do like it when my bed is made. I just don't tend to do it. So we're going to start making our beds, and then they're going to eat breakfast. They're going to brush their teeth, and then they're going to get dressed. And there's a reason I put it in that order, because my kids are messy, and who knows what will get on their clothes if they make their bed, get dressed, and then eat. So we're going to make the bed, eat breakfast, brush our teeth so we don't get toothpaste on our new clothes, and then get dressed. Those are non-negotiables. That's what they're going to do every single day. Those have, that has to happen before we basically move on with our day, the rest of the day. And then I have another list of things that I would love them to do before they turn on the television. I know some days are going to be different, but this is what our goal is, and this is what I'm going to try to stick to. I'm going to ask them, or they're going to look at their paper and say, did you read for 20 minutes? Did you color or create something with Legos, Play-Doh, our sand we have, whatever? Did you color or create for 20 minutes? Did you pick up another room? You can pick up your bedroom, you can pick up the living room, the toy room, whatever. Did you pick up a room and help me? I also created, so this is another thing, chores. I can't stand coming up with chores on the spot. So I have this handy dandy little magnetic thing that sticks on a whiteboard or my refrigerator. And in a past post, blog post, I had posted age appropriate chores. And I went back to that and I started doing these popsicle sticks. So sweep the floor, put silverware away, clean the baseboards. Guys, those little kids are really good at that kind of stuff because they're short. Empty the garbages. I know there's clean up your room, dust the dining room. And I'm just going to break it up per room, per thing. And every day before they can watch TV, they're going to have to pick 2 of those every day. And you know what? It might be the same one you did yesterday, which makes your job really, really easy. But it gets them into the habit of helping around the house, in the habit of cleaning, because if you don't teach your kids to clean, they honestly have no idea how. So we're going to do 2 chore sticks, and that's also going to be one of those things where if they're fighting, guess what? You get to do more chores because we need the help around here. I'm going to require them to help someone in the family. So that can be coming to me and asking me something they can do to help them. That could be helping their sibling clean a room that they need to clean or do some of their chores. Whatever it is, it's about helping someone in your family. And then on the days that are appropriate, I would like them to play outside for 20 minutes. Now, we don't have a fence in our yard, but we have a deck that has no stairs, so it's kind of like a mini fence. So what I do, I will send them out there with their coloring books. If it's not too hot, I put them under an umbrella, or I send them out there with like a bucket of water and scoops, and I just make them play out there. If I have the time at that time of day to go out with them and play for 20 minutes in the yard, we will. But the play outside for 20 minutes is going to be kind of optional because some days I won't be able to do that because of work. But those are things. Did you do those things? Those are things you have to do before you can turn on TV. And another one that I would like to do, but this will also be determined on the time of day that I get to do it, is based on my work schedule, is learning workbooks. The teacher inside of me screams, do workbooks all the time. Not boring workbooks, they're the little kid ones, but practice your letters, practice your reading, practice rhyming, all of those. And guys, if you have an Ollie's around you, go to Ollie's and look for these workbooks. They're phenomenal and they're so cheap. Like you can get mazes or dot to dot or different letter ones for like 79 cents a book. And you don't really feel so guilty spending the money on them just for them to use them and throw them away or whatever, recycle them. But keep your kids learning this summer. Read to them during that 20 minutes if you have the time. Let them read for themselves, even if they can't read. Payson can't read, but she can look at books and tell stories in her mind, or Raylan could read to her for 20 minutes. There are lots of options, and if you have the time, my goal is to read with them for 20 minutes. I do personal development every day, so during that 20 minutes of reading, I plan on reading with them. That is part of my work day. You know, and there are just so many things you can add to this or take away based on your family's needs and what you want your kids to accomplish. I want summer to be fun, but I also know that watching hours and hours of TV really is bad for my kids. I would like to incorporate cooking and all of that, but I will go through that in another series or another part of the series about things you can do. But yeah, this is going to be basically our daily routine, and I just want to show you the printout if you want it. Like I said, it'll be on my blog, and I'll post that later today, but I created this, and this is permanent marker, so you can write your kid's name on it, but I wrote mine in permanent marker. And then it just has the to-do list and did you and the questions of things. Now, I did this one just for fun, but 2, I'll show you what I did on Payson's, and I'll do it back on Raylan's, but I just am using a dry erase marker, and I'm writing a quote. So this week's quote will be, do the right thing even when no one is looking. So my plan is to write a Bible verse, to write a quote, something positive for them, draw a picture for them that's just happy. I don't know. But I left that there so you could add or do whatever you wanted in this section with a dry erase marker. But you can just print them out, you can write on them, you can laminate them. You don't have to do anything with them, but they're there if you need it or if you want it. I hope this helps you guys and gives you guys some ideas. Like I said, if you have any other ideas for your family, share them in the comments below so that I can get some better ideas. This was just my first round of this. I'm sure there will be many throughout the summer, adjusting as we need. But this is the beginning of a very fearful summer for me. I really am scared of how I'm going to manage my kids all summer. So I am just trying to plan ahead this week, and I wanted to share it with you. And then what I'll do is I'll come back in a couple weeks and tell you if they worked or if we're just miserable and fighting still. So anyway, I thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Come back. It'll probably be in 2 days. I'm not going to vlog every single day right now. Since summer is coming, I'm going to try to vlog and do lives three to 5 times a week, just depending on what I'm doing. But I hope you guys join me next time for more tips on how to survive summer with your crazies. But I will talk to you guys later. You have a great day.